Speaking of, with all that, in your guys' opinions, since there's this whole thing going on for years, it's been Xbox versus PlayStation, right? In your opinion,
Wait, what?
who's winning the console war right now? We'll start with Nick. Who's winning the console war right now?
There we go.
Are we including the new Steam box that they made as a console?
No, because still to this, to add those numbers, that's going off a PC anyway, so I wouldn't call it a console. Give it a couple years, and then they will enter the console space. But as of now, Steam isn't in the console space yet. We're talking about Xbox, PlayStation. Nintendo's on its own island.
You know,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't talk about it's
Nintendo's the
Xbox,
kid that eats glue in the corner.
Yeah, it's Xbox or PlayStation. In your opinion, who's winning the console war right now?
The last 25-year war.
I still think it's Xbox winning it. I was an Xbox player.
Oh yeah.
The wife did a lot of the PlayStation stuff, the Crash Bandicoot, all that stuff. I grew up playing a lot of Nintendo. Like I started with the Atari, went to the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the N64, and then from there branched out to the Xbox and stuff like that, the Wii, the Xbox 360. But I've always stuck with Xbox because it was just something about the PlayStation just never pulled my attention. Plus, Halo.
Plus Halo, you dumb.
Plus,
Xbox is superior because Halo.
Like I actually, when I first started building credit, I went to the bank, got $500 to start my credit loan. I went out, bought an Xbox, bought Halo. That was what I spent the money on to start my line of credit so that I could start building credit.
So Xbox was an investment for you.
It was an investment.
Helped your credit score.
Yeah, gaming did help my credit score because I took the money and then I paid that.
Take that away from this stream, kids. If you play Xbox, you'll increase your credit score.
But only if you take money from the bank first and then pay them back.
Yeah, make sure you pay the bank back. You got to pay it back.
Yeah.
But no.
After 7 years, they won't see your bad credit.
Just disappears.
Like I said, I was always an Xbox person once I got into it. I tried the Wii, I tried Switch, all that stuff, but I still stuck with Xbox up to the point where I started playing on games.
Those are family consoles. You know what I mean? Like the Wii and stuff like that. That's perfect for families, or like a party console. Friends come over and you all play a bunch of random dumb games. Now, continuing on, Todd, in your opinion, who do you think is winning the console war?
Honestly, I wish there wasn't a console war. So hear me out.
That wasn't my question.
So I did. If I had to go right now with what Sony's been doing and what Microsoft's been doing on the Xbox side, right now I would say Xbox is winning the console war. Just because it seems like Xbox, the new CEO up there, she's doing the right stuff. Yes. Doing the right stuff that the community actually wants done, some stuff that we never even wanted, she's taken away. And she's doing a lot of good, I think. Where Sony is just like, hey, we're going to make our PlayStations cost what a PC cost, and then we're going to make all of our games exclusive, and hopefully we can draw everybody in to come spend money on our consoles. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing here? It's 2026. Crossplay is a big thing now. My honest opinion is I don't think there should be a console war. Play whatever console you enjoy playing. Yeah,
and especially
like back in the day,
the Steam box coming out.
Yeah, like you also got the PC players. You got the Steam box coming out. Like back in the day, the difference between PlayStation and Xbox, the biggest thing was Xbox was more multiplayer, PlayStation was more single player.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation had way more single player games than Xbox. So if you were a single player game, PlayStation was perfect for you. That's why at one point I had both PlayStation and Xbox, because there was some cool single player games on PlayStation, but then there was like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and stuff on Xbox where crossplay wasn't big, and more people played those games on Xbox. When it came to multiplayer, so that's why I ended up playing Xbox. But like I said, at one point I ended up having both. The
Well, there's a reason for
what was it?
both.
The
Nowadays,
PlayStation
there's not a
3?
reason for both.
No, not with crossplay. Well, there wasn't until Sony decided to go back to exclusive games only,
Well, so
where
in
they're
my
trying to force
opinion,
people to buy them again.
in my opinion, for the past 4 to 5 years, PlayStation was winning the console war. They just were. Like they came out
fair.
with better. They came out with a better product. PlayStation just is a better machine than Xbox. Especially Xbox was hindered by they came out with the Series X and the Series S, and the Series
And this
S
is coming
was
from an Xbox player, guys.
yeah, the Series S was a weaker version of the X, and that hindered them in so many ways. Because, like, I get why they did it. I get it. So you can literally
They should
expand
just
your
come out with
audience,
the X, though.
right? Yeah, you can have a
Right.
cheaper machine, people can buy it, and you can still get new games to play. But that kind of handicapped them, because if you look at it, there's games like Baldur's Gate. Now that was the biggest game of that year. You know what I mean? Baldur's Gate was insanely good. And it took almost a year to release on Xbox because they couldn't get it to run on the Series S. Because the Series S was a weaker
Ah.
machine. And finally, there was like people were in an uproar, like, let us play this game. And they finally, there's rules for Xbox where to release a game on Xbox, you have to optimize it obviously for the Xbox, but it has to be optimized for the Series S as well. And that's just a weaker system. So every game that comes out won't be released on Xbox unless you can also play it on the S, which
Right.
that doesn't do much because now if you have this new amazing game, they're not going to release it.
Right. They would have been better off doing like a Series X at a 500 gigabyte and 1,000 terabyte, and the choice of disc or no disc. They should have never had the Series S, honestly. Like that, like you said, that I think that hindered them
Yeah.
and
And the
hurt
only
Xbox over the last few years.
the only reason I think PlayStation is winning the console or Xbox is winning the console war today is because of the
Spit it out.
crap is because of the crap that PlayStation's doing right now, especially
Yeah.
going discless. Now I can almost guarantee that within the next couple of years Xbox might be going the same route. But as of right now, seeing as PlayStation's like, hey, no more discs. You're gonna take some hits heavily, and they know that it's gonna cause an uproar, and they're just riding
Right.
the waves until it calms down. Then they're gonna continue business as usual, but that's gonna hurt them if Xbox goes a different route and they still do games with discs and
The
stuff.
option.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt PlayStation in the long run, but it depends on what Xbox does. It also what I think what I would like to see is you still have discs for gaming, right? Now there's a whole nother thing with that and stop killing games and do you really own your own game? If that goes
Your own
through,
game goes into the Nintendo thing as well of them being able to brick your console.
oh yeah,
Like
if they
the
want to
Switch
at any
2,
given time, they can be
crazy.
like, you
if
can't
they
use this
think
now.
that you have a game that they don't, oh, you didn't buy this game, oh, you didn't purchase it, we think you're illegally getting games. They can just brick your console because you don't technically own it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate that.
That should be illegal. Like that should just be illegal, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Like I paid.
If I paid
you know,
for it and I
like
bought
these
the
Xbox.
console, I should be
Yeah.
allowed to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Stop Killing
Like I
Games,
just
in Stop Killing Games, there was a court case, and the defenders of the consoles and stuff like that, the people that were against Stop Killing Games, what they stated was they're like, with a vehicle, you go out and you buy a vehicle. Yeah, it's technically yours, but whenever you buy that vehicle, you can't expect the companies that sold you the vehicle to constantly upkeep your vehicle over the years. And it's like,
What?
yeah,
Huh?
yeah, but we can still go buy aftermarket
What?
parts and we can have our vehicle running for 30, 40,
Yeah.
50 years if we want.
They can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They just can't randomly come repo it. I mean, basically, bricking a console is basically repossessing my console.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're doing.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
like a
like,
kill switch to
if
your
you
car.
have a
Sorry, you
car-
can't turn it on anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the bad thing
Oh,
with them bricking
you're
it
making your
is
payments. Yeah, we're shutting it off.
the bad thing with them bricking it is if you want it to work, you have to send your console into them and they have to basically refurbish it, which means you're not getting your original one back. You're getting whatever one they had on the shelf that they just transferred all your data to.
Now, I can understand if they were taking this route to stop cheaters and they were blocking cheaters consoles. I could be behind that. But if you're just doing it to random people, that's just fucked
The
up.
problem with that, so I agree with that, right, to an extent. Because like on the Nintendo, okay, what cheaters are playing on Nintendo first off?
Oh, right. No, right. If we're talking just strictly Nintendo,
Pokemon
because it is
cheaters,
Nintendo doing
PvP.
it.
I'm using Game Shark, motherfucker.
Right. No, okay.
But
If we're strictly just sticking on the Nintendo topic of Nintendo doing it, then yeah, I agree. What do you need a Nintendo for?
yeah,
You
now
don't.
with that, so I agree, but I don't think you should brick the whole system, right? If there's a cheater on a game, then make that game not able to, or make that console not able to access that game, or ban that
Take your life
console from
from
accessing the game for 24 hours, 2 months, whatever, right? If they continually brick people
At
out,
least for a
you
first
you have a set audience, right? You have a set audience. Let's say there's 1 million people that are an audience of your console. If you brick people out over time, your audience is going to shrink and shrink and shrink. And now
Yeah.
who are you going to sell
Well,
games
Call of
to?
Duty would be almost dead if you did it on Call of Duty.
that's
Well,
that's
where
why
the
they don't
problem
ban
came
that's
in.
why they don't ban cheaters on Call of Duty, because they won't have a community anymore.
Yeah. Their player base will be wiped out because it's only all cheaters playing.
Well, that's the problem
I
with the
just-
Switch too. That's why nobody wants to buy it. Nobody wants to get it and stuff. Yeah, they have games coming back like Star Fox and The Legend of Zelda, which a lot of people are just like, oh my God, that's what I grew up playing. That's what I want to get. But at a certain point, you're going to get the brickings that outweigh the amount of actual want to play gamers. And then what do? Like, there's nothing you
Right.
can do to bring back that nostalgic feeling
Mhm.
that is going
Well,
to
the
outweigh
problem
what happens if they just sense something's wrong and brick my console. I don't want to lose hundreds of dollars in games, especially with the price of games going up now.
Well, this
You
whole
know?
brick and console, they basically the player base don't have trust in the company no more.
No.
You know, you're doing it to random people. Now you just ruin the trust. Good luck getting that back.
Yeah.
Have fun. You know,
Now I have an idea, right? I have a good thunkin here, right? My
good
idea.
Duncan.
Yep, I have a good thunkin. My idea is, okay, go diskless, right? Cool. Go diskless, because there's already a lot of people that just like I buy games off the marketplace, right? Go
But look,
diskless.
PC's
Let
completely
me keep
diskless now.
going. Let me keep going. Go diskless. That's
Go ahead,
fine.
I'll let you-
Now, once you go diskless, that means you were expected to sell your games for cheaper, right? Because it doesn't cost to make CDs now. Sell your games cheaper. Go from, like, right now, the average for a major game is like $80. Drop it down to
Yeah,
go
thank you,
diskless. Drop it down to $60, right? So if you buy the diskless version, it is now $60. However, if you pre-order a game and you buy the special edition, you can pay a little premium to get the disc, right? So that way now they can sit there and say, well, since you're buying the disc version, it's going to cost you a little more, which is fine. Then you have a market for people who want the discs, and
Right.
you can majorly go discless and nobody will complain. There's a market for people who want to buy the disc. There's a market for people who don't want to buy the disc, have the game a little bit cheaper, and you can sell stuff like those discs at a slight premium. So now maybe, to buy the disc version of the game, it's $85. To buy the discless version on the marketplace, it's $60. Now, for me, if there was a game I loved, like let's say I'm so into Grand Theft Auto, I don't care if it's
Yeah.
$85. I'm gonna buy the version with the disc. Now, if there's
Yeah.
another game that I love, but like I'm not super into, let's say Destiny 3 comes out and I'm like, oh, it's an interesting game, I'll buy the online version of it. You know what I mean? So that allows them to have a little bit of a premium on that disc version. They can still get their sales. They're going to increase their sales, and you're not going to piss anyone off. What they're doing right now, what
Right.
PlayStation is doing, is they're just pissing people off.
Yeah, well, I think where PlayStation's screwing up on that end. To me, my thought process is because they know the numbers of how many discless consoles they've sold and how many disc consoles they've sold. If they're losing money, if more people are buying the digital PlayStation versus the disc PlayStation, and you're losing money, I could see not making the disc anymore and force, if majority of your player base for PlayStation is buying the digital console over the disc console, I would discontinue disc console too. But the thing is, you also have to tell your community that, not just come out and say, "Hey, we're going strictly digital now. See you
Well,
guys later."
Here's the
Like,
here's the problem with that.
if that's what's happening,
Here's the problem with that. Whenever you look at your sales, why are people buying the console that doesn't have a disc slot? The price, right? Especially
Yeah,
right now with
because
prices
it's
going up.
$50 cheaper.
Yeah. So it's not like
Yeah.
people don't want it. It's what people can afford. And to top it off,
There's that too.
the numbers they release, they were like, okay, we have 10% of our
Oh,
sales
so
are
they did
discs.
release some.
Yeah, they released a portion of their defense was a majority of our sales are already discless. But
Okay, so it's kind of what I was going with.
that comes with a caveat. A lot of their numbers came from DLCs or indie games or games that already don't release the disc. Yeah, who's going to go out and buy Fortnite at GameStop with a disc? You're not, right?
Nobody.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Not that type of game. Right.
And that's the thing. So that counts in their number, though. We sold this game. Somebody bought the special edition of Fortnite where you're allowed to get this, this, and this. It comes with these things. That's one of their sales. Right. So that's in their sale numbers. So
you can't do that.
Yeah, and so their sale numbers are kind of fibbed a little bit because
they're manipulating their numbers.
Yeah, because like you go to buy let's say you're playing Borderlands 3, the new DLC comes out for Borderlands 3. You buy it because it comes with a new zone and it comes with a new character. That's one of their sales. You're not going to go to GameStop and buy the DLC for Borderlands.
Yeah. No, well, it's been like this for years, even since the 360 with we'll use Call of Duty as an example. Back in the day with Modern Warfare 3, you had the base game that launched, which was disc. You bought it on disc, but all the DLC, even if you went to GameStop, what'd they do? They printed off a code for every DLC pack that launched that year. Because we always got 4 DLC packs. Well, the only way you got the DLCs with the disc version was if you pre-ordered the premium edition, where the season pass, but all the codes came in the case. They were still codes. They weren't coded into the disc. The only thing that was on disc was the base game. You still had all the codes you had to put in for the DLC, the season pass, Like, you can't count that stuff. We've never had expansions or DLC come on discs. Like, that's insane.
And that is counted.
Yeah,
That is
that's
counted in
manipulating the
PlayStation's
numbers.
numbers. Yeah, whenever they went to defend their reason for going discless, they're
Mhm.
like, oh
Wow.
yeah, all these people don't buy discs to begin with, and it's like your numbers
Yeah,
include DLCs and indie
you
titles.
can't do that.
Yeah, and
Like, you have to compare it to, let's just say GTA, because that's a big topic with games right now. Is you have to look at how many disc copies of GTA. Like, yeah, you'd have to see how many copies of disc that GTA was sold and how many GTAs was sold digital. Base game, not DLCs. You can't count DLC. Like, that's insane. I didn't know they were doing that.
well, there's a company that had a leak. I can't remember what company it is. I read this a
Oh,
little bit ago. There's a company that had a leak, and their sales figures and everything were leaked in this major leak. And what we got out of this company basically was um, their disc sales were a lot higher than their marketplace sales. Like they had literally
really?
60% of their sales were from the disc versions of their whole
Yeah.
line of games. And it was literally like across the board. It was on average 60% of people who bought this thing bought the disc. 40% bought the marketplace version. And so at least with this company, it's a small
Oh,
little view into some of these companies, but with this company,
still.
it was majorly sales on discs for the versions of the game.
Yeah. Like, now, if you go strictly digital, you just hurt that company.
Yeah.
You just took 60%
Ow.
of that company's
PlayStation
sales
can't
theoretically.
PlayStation can't hurt major companies anyways. They already hurt themselves.
No, no.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. Like, my thing is, so my personal opinion is I prefer digital. Mine is though too is it's harder for me to get to like GameStop, Walmart, wherever to buy a disc. It's just easier for me in my situation to have a digital and I can just buy the game right there on the marketplace. Now, do I think that other people that like the disc should suck it up and be like, "Nah, you should get digital too"? No. Like, I think they should keep it where it's been. You either buy, if you want digital, you buy the digital console. If you still want disc, well, you got to pay an extra $50 for the disc drive. Like, I don't like, I would just stick with that. Like, I don't know what PlayStation's thinking going
Yeah.
strictly digital, especially on a console. Now, my only thought process was too is PC. Now, I know there's more console players, obviously, but like PC, because it kills me with PC players. I've seen this a couple of times. They'll be like, "Yeah, I play on PC, but I hate that PlayStation's going digital only." It's like, wait, what? You do realize your PC's digital only? Like, there is no disk drive for PCs anymore, but
Yeah.
you hate that Sony's going digital. Wait,
No,
what?
there's still disk drives with PC. They're just you have to. They don't
Is
come
there?
preset in many. Well, here's the thing. For PCs, there's still a wide range of stuff you need discs for. Like, yes, it's going a lot where you can just download the whatever, but
I mean, what happens with your PC if your systems go out? You need to get the OS disk reinstalled because you can't use your computer to get on the internet to download the OS if the OS is out.
Well, well, there is a backup for that. My OS came on a thumb drive.
yes, those are
My operating
possibilities.
system.
However, going
However,
with no disk drive on PCs, you're again cutting out a major market. Because like, how am I gonna watch my movies on my PC? I go buy a movie, you can't do that. So you're cutting out that market. How
that's
am
true.
I? Yeah, how am
True.
I? Let's say I still burn CDs to this day. I make CDs with my own personal content. I'm a song artist and I'm creating CDs to show music to somebody. I'm not going to put that shit on a thumb drive.
That's true.
There's other
No, that's true.
markets. Yep, there's other markets whenever you make personal indie videos, whenever you do any kinds of
Because I mean,
things.
that's what. Right. Because I mean, that's now that you brought music into that, it's like, I mean, there's a huge market now for independent artists.
Yeah.
That a lot of their independent artists are getting bigger than actual singers just by doing their stuff on YouTube and making their own shit.
Yeah, so PC,
And it's like they still sell
Yeah.
disc copies. So
PC's
yeah, you still got to have a
always
disc drive on a PC.
PC's always going to have a disc drive. It just is. It is because of
Right.
like for consoles, they're just games mainly. Like yeah, you could put
True, but I
movies in it.
still think it. I still think it needs a disc drive because it's a console, or at
Oh
least the
yeah,
option.
I don't
You
I
should
don't
still have the
disagree.
option.
I'm just saying we can't bring PC into this conversation because
No, right, that
PC
makes-
also has other things along with it. It's not just a gaming thing. It's you
Right,
use
I'm
that.
just used to building gaming PCs.
Yeah, you're used to building
'Cause mine are
gaming
strictly
PCs,
gaming
buying
PCs.
gaming PCs anymore. Yes, if you get a gaming PC, a lot of times it doesn't come with a disk drive. Now you can go buy a disk drive and
Right.
add it into your PC still, but yeah, overall, yes, it doesn't come with a disk drive. But with
Right.
with that, you just can't bring PC into that conversation because people that work at different jobs, people that do different things, there's so much wider variety of crap that goes with PC that they can't get rid of it. They just can't. Hey folks, this is No Luck from the Gamer Dadz podcast. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.